Have you ever felt like your business English sounds too formal, too stiff, or just not as natural as native speakers? Maybe you're using correct grammar, but something still feels off. The truth is, native speakers don't always use textbook English. They use expressions that make conversations flow more smoothly. Expressions that many non native speakers don't know or certainly don't use very often. And that's why today I'm going to share with you 9 essential business English expressions that will instantly upgrade the way you speak at work. Whether you're in meetings or writing emails or just daily conversations, these phrases will help you sound more confident and natural. I'm Grant. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an executive business English confidence coach. For years, I've been helping CEOs become more confident using English so they can grow their companies all over the world. Now, I'm here to do the same thing with you. How can I share all these same things that I've shared with these CEOs to help you be confident so you can achieve whatever goals you have by being confident in English? Should we get into this? Let's jump right in with this first expression. You might want to start using this right away, or maybe you already do. Ever been in a meeting where you're unsure if everyone understands things the same way? Instead of guessing, use this phrase. Just to make sure we're on the same page means confirming that you and the other people understand something the same way. And maybe you use this. If you don't, you should. Here's an example sentence. Just to make sure we're on the same page, we're finalizing the report by Thursday, right? By using this, you really prevent any kind of miscommunication, which is always a big problem in business. If you haven't used this, please use it. If you have used it, keep using it. It's a wonderful thing to be able to use. Give it a try. Tell me how it works. Have you ever heard instructions but weren't 100% sure? Instead of saying, "Can you repeat that?" use this phrase. Let me double check if I got this right. Now, that helps confirm information in a really professional way. Here's an example sentence. Let me double check if I got this right. You need the updated slides before noon? This works so well because it helps avoid mistakes and it shows that you're really detail oriented. Also, make sure you're on the same page. Try this. Try it next time. Try to confirm what you might be confused about, or maybe somebody else is confused and it really helps them as well. Let's take a look at the next one. Sometimes you need more details, but don't want to sound demanding. Instead of, "Can you explain?" use this phrase. "Can you elaborate on that a bit?" That's a polite way to ask for more information. Here's an example sentence. That sounds interesting. Can you elaborate on that a bit? And elaborate means, can you give more information about something? It's a beautiful word, very sophisticated, and very common in business. So give this a try, but be careful. If you're speaking to non-native speakers, they might not know what elaborate is. But if you're speaking to native speakers and you ask them, "Can you elaborate on this?" you're going to get a really good response, and people will give you more information. Give it a try. Tell me how it works. Want to introduce a different perspective without sounding too direct? Here's how you can do that. One way to look at it is, now this introduces an idea without being forceful. And here's an example sentence. One way to look at it is that we should test this strategy before scaling it up. Now, this is useful because it helps you sound open-minded and professional in discussions. It makes you a team player. So give this a try if you've never tried it before. It's a really, really nice phrase. And it just gives you the opportunity to give a different opinion. So give it a try. Tell me how it works. Let's go look to the next one. Agreeing in business isn't just saying, I agree. Here's how to sound more professional. That's a valid point. And I'd add that now this allows you to agree while expanding on an idea. Here's an example sentence. That's a valid point. And I'd add that we also need to consider customer feedback. Now, this is useful because it keeps discussions really collaborative instead of just one sided. You're agreeing with somebody and being able to add some more information to it. So use this and make your next discussion much more dynamic. Want to disagree politely without raising conflict? Use this phrase. I see where you're coming from, but I'd approach it differently. Now, this is a nice soft way to express a different opinion that you might have. Here's an example sentence. I see where you're coming from, but I'd approach the project timeline differently. This is really helpful because this phrase keeps the conversation positive and professional, even though you maybe are disagreeing a little bit here. So try this. Try this in a discussion where you have a little bit of a different opinion than whoever else is in your meeting. Instead of saying, I think we should, try this professional way to suggest an idea. Would it make sense to... And this makes suggestions sound more collaborative. Here's an example sentence. Would it make sense to schedule a follow-up meeting next week? Now, this is really useful because it encourages teamwork and discussion. Give this a try. This is a really nice expression to be able to use. Instead of saying, we have a problem, try this to sound more confident. We ran into a slight hiccup, but we're working on it. Now, this softens the impact of a problem. And a hiccup is that thing where you're and you can't stop doing that. Those are hiccups. But in business, a hiccup means we ran into a slight problem and we're going to fix that. Just like we've got a slight problem and you need to fix that so you can move on. It's a really good phrase. So here's an example sentence. We ran into a slight hiccup with the software update, but we're working on it. This is really useful because it gives people the confidence that you're going to solve this problem without causing any kind of panic. So give this a try. Give it a try with native speakers because non-native speakers aren't going to know what a hiccup is. Let's take a look at another expression. Instead of saying, what should we do? Try this leadership style phrase instead. Let's explore some options to resolve this. Now, this keeps the conversation productive. And here's an example sentence of how you can use this. Let's explore some options to resolve this before the deadline. Now, this is really useful because it sounds proactive, like you're going to solve the problem before it happens, and it sounds very solution focused. So use this in your next problem-solving discussion. You'll be surprised at how good this will come across. So these 9 expressions will instantly make your business English sound much more natural and professional. Try using just 1 or 2 of these and see how much of a difference it can really make. And I'd love for you to share in the comments which one of these is your favorite one or which one's new to you, and give it a try. Be brave. Try these. These expressions are great. Let me know how it works for you. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share your comments, and I also invite you to learn your Business English Confidence Score. You'll find the link in the description below this video.